Hey everybody, welcome to Bones and Brews. So today we're going to make smoked brie on the Weber Smoky Mountain. Used as an appetizer later on with a little glass of wine. So let's get started. So got myself a round of Brie cheese. We're going to get that unwrapped here. This is a really simple recipe actually. Alright, got the Brie cheese unwrapped. Then I've got my prosciutto meat. I'm going to wrap the prosciutto around that Brie cheese, but before I do, I am going to actually top it off that Brie cheese just a little bit with Meat Church's Holy Voodoo. So I want a little bit of spice between that prosciutto meat and that Brie cheese. And I'll start pulling off that thinly sliced meat here. And I'm just going to start laying it across the top. What I'll end up doing is probably just tucking it around the bottom, not really completely wrapping all the way around. It's so thinly cut that it is kind of hard to keep it all together. So I'll keep wrapping this meat with that prosciutto. And then what I've done is I pre-warmed up a little mixture that I'm going to put on top of this. It's a mixture of peach preserves and a local jalapeno type jelly. It's from Lucky Lola's here in St. Louis. So I got a little mixture. It's about a half a cup of peach preserves and about a quarter cup of this Lucky Lola's that I mixed together. I put them in this warming cup, had them warming on the smoker already. I'll go ahead and get one more piece on there. Always not the easiest to work with the prosciutto meat, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's still going to taste amazing. So I've got that meat kind of wrapped around there. I'm going to go ahead with another light dusting of that Holy Voodoo. And then I've got my mixture here. Put my glove on because this is still pretty warm. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour that mixture right on the center, topping off that Brie cheese and that prosciutto. I'm not looking to really spread it around because it's going to naturally just kind of spread itself as it's on the smoker. I've got the Weber Smoky Mountain going at about 300 degrees. So it'll sit on that Weber Smoky for about 40 minutes. We'll pull it off. Best idea is to let it rest once it comes off the smoker for about 5 to 10 minutes, because if you don't and you slice open, that grease from that Brie cheese is just going to ooze out of there, kind of create a mess. So you want it to settle back in just a little bit before cutting it open and serving it. So let's get it on the Weber Smoky Mountain. Alright, our smoked brie is off of the Weber Smoky Mountain. I've let it sit here for about 5 to 10 minutes, letting it cool just a little bit. I know when I cut it open still, the oil from that cheese is still going to ooze out a little bit on this plate, and that's quite okay. It'll still harden a little bit before we get it inside. Let's go ahead and cut it open here and give it a taste test. You see that mixture, that jelly on there, that prosciutto cheese. Cheese is just starting to ooze out just a little bit. I let it sit perfectly. Last time I actually attempted this, I cut it as soon as I pulled off the smoker and there was just oil everywhere. We don't want that to happen. So I got some toasted bread that I bought at the store. Last time I made, several times I've done this, I've actually made my own toasted bread. Went a little easier this evening. We'll put a little bit of that mixture. Make sure I get a little bit of that peach and that jalapeno mix on there as well. As well as a small piece of that prosciutto. I want to make sure I taste it all. I'm sure let's have a nice crunch with this toast as well. Oh yeah. That, my friends, is freaking delicious. And it is a great appetizer. I know we're Bones and Brews, and we typically go to a cold beer. But with something like this, a good glass of wine will serve you just as well. So I've got some red wine here. This is a Fieldhouse red wine from Scout and Cellar Wines. If you want to know more about the wines or the recipe itself, check the description of this episode. I'll go and pour myself a little bit of this red wine. Might as well finish off the bottle, actually. Oh yeah, this is gonna go great with this Brie. Oh yeah, some great notes in that wine. I'll put everything about the wine in the description as well. I'm gonna keep enjoying this Brie cheese. I'm gonna take it inside. I might share it with the family. But like always, like us, share us, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys again on Bones and Brews.